Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op.
Hello, Couch Co-opers, Couch Potatoes, and Couch Codependents. This is the Couch Co-op Show, and I'm Ian. Boom! And on the show tonight, well, right now I just have Nick with me. Hi, Nick.
Hi.
He's a holdover from the Couch Co-op Show, the beer drinking show we do. It's funny, Couch Co-op, Couch Co-hop. Looking like we have a whole, enterprise going on here of just shitty podcasts that no one listens to. No.
The whole franchise.
Whole franchise. But yeah, I got Nick joining me on the couch. Jared is supposed to be home by 10 and jumping on to talk about video games. We haven't done an episode in a very long time. I feel bad about that. I'm sorry, listeners. Which is stupid because this podcast is the popular one. The beer one isn't super popular. This one's super popular, and then we just neglect it. We have so many beer episodes in the can, but we struggle to do a weekly video game podcast. But we have 250 some episodes. I mean, we've been doing this stupid video game podcast for a very long time, and we just can't let it go. So we just keep trucking along.
Well, I mean, I don't have one, but I mean, how many of the four guys have PS5? I mean, Dave, Jared, you.
Me, yeah, all of us except Aaron, technically.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean,
Aaron's not really on the show anymore, so we've replaced him with Quentin, and Quentin plays PC and PS4. So.
Does he have a PS5?
No. He won't buy one. He has a PC.
Well, I mean,
we're not against PC gamers. We're all video games.
No. All right.
Let me get me through the intro here. Please do me a favor and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Couch Co-op Shows, all one word, no hyphen. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes. We obviously stream on twitch.tv/The Couch Co-op Show. And you can also find video versions of this on youtube.com/MilkmanPictures. Probably none of that is sunk into your brain, but that's cool. Let's get to the show. What are we talking about tonight? I don't know, but Nick was going to ask me a question. So, Nick, you're going to say something.
I did, and I forgot because you did the intro. I will say that I had the Twitch stream up, and that was like the first time I've ever seen the actual video intro.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, because I always listen to it just...
the song?
Just... Well, no, because I actually listen to the actual podcast because when I'm listening to
which
it,
is kind of more the natural way. The video... The video game podcast was never meant to be a video podcast. It just kind of became that after COVID because it's like, oh, we're doing video. I might as well record it and post it.
Because...
yeah.
Well, I just remember like being on the show pre-COVID, where it was like we had the whole setup.
Right.
It was like me and Brad were on, and then it was just the four of you, so packed show.
No, I mean, It's one of those things. It just became like, well, we're doing video anyway. We might as well record it and then Couch Co-hop, the beer show, kind of be like, well, we can do this as an audio podcast, but the video podcast, they'll be able to see us. So we can drink a beer, we can give the thumbs up. It'll be more, and we actually get, technically, a lot of the times, well, I'm not sure if that's true. I think we get about the same viewership.
Well, I mean, I guess with the beer one, it's like the visual, I mean, when you're pouring it in to show people what it looks like, sense. Well, I mean, it's nice to see who's talking on mic because a lot of times, like going back to like listening to the radio in the car, you never knew what the people looked like that you were listening to. And then the internet came about. See the one on the radio station websites. They had a face.
We're lucky enough to have a bunch of Nick's friends in the chat tonight, and they have a bunch. Well, they don't have a bunch of questions. One friend of his has a bunch of questions for me. Ian, do you have a Grammy? Of which I have to say, I do not have a Grammy because I'm not a musician. I am a video and film director. Oh, here comes Jared. Anyway, and I say, I have an Emmy. And then he asks, how did I get this? Well, I produce educational television programming. And we used to do a show called Science, which is kind of this nerdy, weird throwback science show. Not quite Bill Nye, but kind of goofy. And it was kind of fun and kind of crazy and goofy. And anyway, it's a regional Emmy, so it's not like a nationwide. It's like, so like for news, they break up regional, like I think there's like 4 or 5 regions. So you're up against a certain group of states. Unlike daytime and nighttime Emmys where it's just nationwide. But that's mainly because there's so many news channels. I mean, there's like there's generally like 3 news stations per state, and then those stations compete against the other 3 stations in like different states. So, and then we're educational, so we're even lesser than a news station. So for us to win an Emmy is incredibly difficult. But I've been nominated. Yeah, an Emmy is still an Emmy. I've been nominated 6 times, but I've only won once. And but at least I haven't never won. So I do know what it's like to win. And I didn't really give an acceptance speech. I just said, I love you. I told my wife, I think at the time we weren't married. I just said, Bryn, I love you. That was my one kind of podium moment. But
that's adorable.
This is my Emmy, and it sits back here. And yeah.
And we all kept Brent's name out of our mouths.
It looks good on a resume. Jared! Welcome to the Couch Co-op Show, where we talk about video games.
We do talk about video games.
We've kind of talking about video games, but we had some Twitch chat here asking me about my award, so I had to kind of tell them. Yeah, I'm a 6-time winner. Yeah, well. Hi, Jared. You raced back home from Heppner. Big Easter weekend.
Yeah. Very busy weekend.
Got a haircut. You look a little dapper. A little edgy.
I did get a haircut, yeah. And I didn't have a brush today, so I just had to make do.
You should spike that a little more. Make it more edgy.
Yeah, I can't even tell on my camera. Yeah. I don't think Jeremy will ever be on the podcast to talk about Destiny 2.
What? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
That would be awesome to have him.
Like outside gamers experience with Destiny 2, since like he hadn't played games really since college when he was playing Halo with his buddies. And he was asking one of his buddies, like, what's a game I can play that's kind of like Halo?
I have one thing before we get into this. So Jared is drinking the Serengeti wheat. As we go through this, Jared, just kind of drop your opinions of the beer. Just drop your opinion of what you think of it. And I want to see if it aligns with what Nick, you and I do not say anything. Just let Jared drop his opinions and then let him listen to the episode and see if it lines up.
My first drink of it makes me think it's like a really malty wheat beer. Very malty. It's kind of creamy. Yeah, I'm digging that.
Okay, look at the color difference. Hold your guys' both up. Jared actually has the color that looks on the website. Nick's is like the color everyone else had.
Yeah, that's weird. It's all pale and stuff. Huh.
Yeah, and there's same 2 stupid 6-packs that I bought.
That's really weird. I mean, mine's been in the fridge since you gave it to me.
So is mine.
I mean, again, my lighting in here is weird, so it's like super dark.
Maybe that's what
It's
it
just
is.
my camera has a lot of adjustment that's being made right now to make
It
it
was
look.
it's
That's
super
true.
dark in my area though, and mine was
Yeah,
still crazy
yeah,
pale.
that's true, huh?
Anyway, I don't want to.
But yeah, the
Let's not
stuff
sway.
its smell doesn't really do much. I don't know. It's good. I mean, it feels good on the tongue. I dig it. It's interesting.
Jared, are you have you tapped in No Man's Sky? 6
Dude,
years this
I
game.
want to.
6 years this game is fucking just keep on fucking steamrolling games along, and it has another giant patch, pirate patch,
Yeah.
revamped space combat. I almost want to reinstall it.
The cloaks in it look really rad. Like they did a really good job on the physics. The ships are really interesting, like solar ships.
Solar
I'm
sails.
curious.
They have like solar
Yeah.
sails.
Yeah, so those sails look really cool. I wonder how many different varieties they have of that. But I'm super interested. And most of the time, I jump back into No Man's Sky whenever there's an update. But there's been so many damn games. Like I'm still trying to get through Elden Ring. I'm edging more and more closer, but everything else just is on the back burner. But like Horizon is still up. I'm almost at the end of that. I think I have like the final big mission before the end comes, so I'm getting there. But No
Destiny.
Man's Sky, that's something I always wanted to go back to. I really really do, because there was a free PS5 upgrade,
There was.
and when I initiated that and started playing it, all my trophies popped, so I got my platinum again. So I have 2 platinums on No Man's Sky. That's pretty rad.
Oh shit! I need to fucking. Do
Yeah,
that. I
yeah.
haven't
So
even
you
done
need to jump in
Maybe
anyways.
I need to
Free
jump in
trophies.
anyways.
Yeah, yeah. Get your free trophies and enjoy the game.
Nick?
So I just I saw the news about the update. So for shits and giggles, I put it in this morning, updated it, and I actually started playing it today.
Oh,
Do you have No Man's Sky?
I didn't know you played that.
I do.
What?
I this is the first time I play. I mean, I got it probably like a couple. I mean, there's a lot of games that I bought for the PS4 that I haven't
Yeah,
actually started playing.
We could all play together.
yeah, that'd be
But
awesome.
yeah, I started playing it. I mean, I probably could have put a good couple hours into it. I mean, maybe a couple, maybe more like an hour. I mean, I'm still trying to repair my ship, but I mean,
Yeah, it's hard work. I mean, to get used to it and all the elements that you need, how to find them, and
well, just
streamline
trying
it.
to figure stuff out because I mean, I died almost immediately because I froze to death
Oh yeah,
before I even got any sodium to like.
You must have a really
Get your
harsh home planet that you started on.
yeah. I did
Oh.
when I started.
Oh, does it vary?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, 100%.
Greatly.
Oh,
100%.
wow.
Yeah.
I think mine was a
Um,
hot fire planet.
No, mine was just normal, except it had like some aggressive creatures. So as long as I avoided them, I was fine.
No, so this one is it's like some frozen tundra that I'm like it's I mean basically it just seems like I'm on the ice planet Hoth wearing
Yeah.
Oh, see,
a
that's
windbreaker.
crazy. That sucks.
Wearing a
Sucks for
windbreaker, so
you.
it's like I have to I mean it's like my scanner was down, so I had to I had to shoot like rocks just to get some dust just to repair that just so I could search for other elements to keep my
Your life.
keep my shit intact so I don't freeze to
So
death.
Man, I feel for your struggle, dude. That sucks.
I don't
Well,
recall.
it's not so bad, but I mean it's just I have to find like these plants that give out sodium to
Mm-hmm.
kind of allow me to replenish it, which was fine. And then I decided, or I didn't decide, but I was kind of wandering around looking for stuff to get my shit back up.
So I don't
Yeah, this
recall
nice
how
wonderful
early.
storm came through.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and it gets worse. Yes,
Yeah,
but
and it's like, oh hey, try and find some shelter, and it's like I'm standing out in the middle of nowhere.
yeah,
Or maybe I'll
the
just sit here and be fucked.
there is an easy way.
But,
If I don't remember how early your blaster, whatever the crap it was called, gets upgraded, but once you can start modifying terrain, you can just dig a hole and hide in it, and it'll recharge your shields.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I eventually like I was looking for something for my ship, and I found like these 2 pods that I could like go in, kind of shelter myself from the
Oh
cold.
yeah, good.
I just think it's crazy that it's been like 6-7 years and this game is still just
Getting
a fucking beast.
Yeah.
And we're still talking about it. Like, these guys, like, are they ever gonna make like a real new game, a substantial new game, or are they just gonna keep supporting the shit out of this game? Because, like, I mean, I remember when it launched and everyone was like shit talking it because, like, oh, what didn't have everything it wanted. At this point, it has way more than they ever it has like so much more than we ever thought it would have. This like game is like the craziest survival game you would ever play. And I really put a lot of time into it. I actually tried to get to the center and I like gave up.
I still haven't. I'm well over 100 hours into the game. I haven't completed any of the stories in the game, anything like that. The storylines, you can follow them. I don't think they're super long. I just get so distracted because there's so much other stuff to do and that I want to do, and just kind of lose my trail.
Well, there's going to be a window of time. I'm going to install it tonight. There will be a window of time that we can play together. And then if I don't hear from you guys, it's getting deleted.
I don't want to beat No Man's or Elden Ring.
I know, right? Oh my God, we can't talk about that here, Jared.
No, I know.
That's another episode. So No Man's Sky, man, Nick playing No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky,
cool.
that's awesome. I would love to play a game with Nick.
I didn't know you were playing that. Yeah, we should get together. We should jump into Nick's world and help him. Because yeah.
Well, so the whole reason I got it was a recommendation from probably the Couch Co-op show. So this goes back to when I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and
bad choice.
Would sit there.
Not a suggestion from the Couch Co-op.
Yeah, it was for me.
Well, I mean, it was 50-50. I mean, like Dave and Jared liked it, you and Aaron liked it. That's anyway. Pre-wife liked watching me play because she just loved the scenery.
Oh, it's cool.
And,
it's beautiful. Yeah,
and that was my suggestion was trying to find another game that kind of had that sort of appeal, just not so much the fighting part. And No Man's Sky was the answer to that.
Oh, well, I hope you stick with it, man. I mean, I easily put 100 hours into that, and I never beat it. Like, it's really just. I think it's more about doing the survival and building your empire than it is actually beating it. I think it's more about becoming something and less about trying to get to the end, because getting to the end is just tedious.
Oh wait, so does my ship never leave the planet?
Oh yeah, you do.
No, you leave the planet. There's just so many planets.
Yeah.
You can build a space station, you can build an underwater station, you can buy freighters and have a space fleet. Now you can be a pirate and steal from people.
Right.
I mean, it's all about building, like survival building outward. And I think I was focused a lot on going forward to the final destination, but when you learn about the final destination and what that means, it kind of seems almost pointless, and it almost seems more important just to build out your empire versus finishing the game.
That almost sounds kind of all play the story.
Become notorious.
I just go around building up settlements.
Yeah, you can make your own settlements on multiple planets.
There's also an online hub you can summon and jump into the online hub and go on multiplayer missions with random people, just looking for resources or destroying ships and stuff like that. You can go out and do tons of stuff. They've added a lot to that component of the game.
That sounds dangerous.
It's about being a giant sandbox.
I mean, not in the game sense, but the other people's sense.
Oh. No, everyone's pretty chill. I think it's one of the more. I think people that play No Man's Sky are a different breed of people. They're not like probably like these two guys in the chat, like the Warzone type that just like shoot you in the head and then teabag you. It's not that type of game. Well, let's move on from No Man's Sky. I mean, what? Jared, aside from Elden Ring, who shall not be named, what other games have you been playing? Anything else?
So this weekend, you may remember, Ian, a retro game expo we went to. I bought these Tetris controllers. It's like a TV plug-in thing where
Mhm.
the controllers look like blocks.
Right.
Tetris blocks. We played a bunch of that this weekend. So that's Tetris is always a lot of fun.
Are those like just the ones you just plug straight into a TV?
Yes, and you can do it 2-player because there's another paddle you can plug directly into the main one that plugs into the TV. So
That's cool.
we were having a lot of fun with that. It doesn't control the best, but it's an older one. It was pretty old when I bought it. It was only like $10, but it was a ton of fun. And my nephew loved playing Tetris. That was his introduction to Tetris, really. So I think I made another Tetris fan going forward. He loved it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that's it.
More Tetris.
I mean, I think
Yeah,
you played
I mean-
some. I mean, I think you probably played some D2, right? Where are you at with Destiny with your brother?
I haven't played any Destiny.
Not recently?
2. No, I haven't. Because when I'm playing online, usually he's in bed or something like that. So I usually just kind of jump into Elden. But
Elden Ring.
yeah, like I don't know. It's just as little time as I have. That's the game I've been putting all my time into.
Well, it's the only game that matters.
I
Nick, to win, aside from No Man's Sky, have you been playing anything else?
I mean, I've been playing a little bit of Days Gone, but
Oh.
I was in Target the other day. Sorry, I'm just gonna pass the Days Gone.
You're just gonna pass. No, I want to know
Yeah.
what you think of it.
I mean, it's all right. I mean, it's nothing new.
So Dave and Aaron really liked that game, or is it Dave and Jared? Who beat those games? I know
was
Dave did.
It was Dave. I think Aaron played a little bit. I doubt he beat it though.
Oh, okay, I know Dave really liked it. So
Yeah, he did. I think he got the platinum in it.
yeah.
Yeah, he really dug it.
It's fine. I love the organ connection to it, and I also love having the guy from The Mist and what was that Star Wars game that came out in 2008?
2008.
Yeah.
With Star Killer.
Oh
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed 1 and 2.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Having that guy in there, that's kind of fun.
I
But
didn't even
mean,
realize that was the guy.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of cool.
Right on.
I thought it felt like a very old school game style. Like, I mean, I know it's open world, but there was like things in it that felt very old. So I dropped out of it really quick. But anyway.
I mean, like I said, it's nothing new. I mean, it's fine for what it is, but I was just playing it just because I had started it.
You're not going to finish it though, are you? You're not going to go back to it.
Yeah, maybe I'll just. I mean, I was starting that Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh yeah, that's what you have to be playing.
Yeah,
I know.
that's where it's at.
Dude, Matt Dean fucking beat Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah. That
You know,
doesn't- he
here's
doesn't beat
a
ton of
funny
games,
story.
yeah.
Here's a funny story because Matt Dean, we do a podcast, a comic book podcast. Man, so many podcasts, Ian. You say. Anyway,
Yeah.
Matt was telling me about how he had got the director's cut, and so he was playing it, and then he
That's what I got too.
somehow he be careful because he took off into the DLC path to the island, and then you get locked in the island. In that story path, you can't come back until you finish it.
Okay.
Well, that's end game content technically, so it's very hard. So Matt had to grind out and just leveled up hardcore in this
jeez.
island until he could get back and finish the story. But no, Matt loved it. Which is funny because like he hates hard things. You know, Matt, he hates
Yeah.
hard things, and like he never messaged me once. I talked to him today, and he's like, "No, yeah, I beat it. I loved it. I loved it." Even he's like, "Yeah, it was tough, but I just grinded it out and made it through, and I was way high level for the rest of the game." And it's like, "That's cool. That's cool, man. I like that's cool." It's like he's usually kind of a bitch when it comes to like hard games. He kind of complains and wants you to help him beat him or something, you know? And
Yeah,
it's just like,
games that require timing. Because
Yeah.
that game requires quite
and
a
that
bit
does
of timing.
that game does. It has a little more difficult combat than most games, and I'm surprised. And so like he beat it, and he's like he really enjoyed it, and like yeah. So I think and even Ryan never finishes games, and he
Ryan
finished
Chase?
Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, Ryan Chase. never finishes games. He's like Fortnite, Warzone, sometimes playing this. But he ran through Ghost of Tsushima and loved it. So I think if you give it the time, we're not trying to hype it though. I'm not trying to hype it, Nick, to win. But I think he'd really dig it.
No, you already hyped it. You already hyped it when you guys.
I hyped it too much. Nick to win.
He's gonna hate it.
His least favorite game of this
No.
year, Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
No.
In a bit of news related to that, they hired. I mean, films are awful. Video game films are awful, but they hired the writer for Ghost of Tsushima. So.
Cool.
But what I was kind of building up to was playing video games. So I was in Target.
Tarjay.
Yeah, the Kirby and the Forgotten Land. So
Okay.
Don't do it. Don't go here. Come on. This is a Nintendo free zone.
Oh, I'd play that with my girls.
This is. I mean,
did you
I
buy
played
it?
a little bit on. No, I didn't because it's sold out everywhere.
Wouldn't your pre-wife love it?
She might. I mean, she says she wouldn't, but I mean, I think if we played co-op, she'd probably like it. I mean, I played for probably about 5 minutes, but I mean, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was kind of cool.
All right.
Being able to actually suck in people and absorb their abilities. I mean, I really haven't. I mean, I played the one that's on the SNES Classic for a few minutes, but it's basically a run through of the original Kirby from the Game Boy. It was like those levels.
Huh.
But I mean, that was my introduction to Kirby, was like the original Game Boy version, the one that I played a lot.
Cool.
Yeah, I played it on the NES back in the day, but I never have completed a Kirby game. I've never owned one or rented one or anything. It was just like in passing.
Keep on this wavelength. I gotta go pee. I'll be right back.
You don't do that on the show. What is this? What kind of show is this?
Yeah, man. It's like he's been drinking beer all day or something. But yeah, Kirby's one of those titles that I've always thought looked interesting, but I've never actually played. I bought the Yarn version of that game on the Wii, and I showed it to my daughters, and they weren't even interested. They're just kind of like, meh.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, what? Huh? An 8-year-old and tomorrow 3 years old. They should be all over that, right? It's super cute. There's yarn and all that, and they just like.
Not so. I mean,
no.
You can inhale your enemies, and
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Kirby had a whole new life with. I never played any of the Smash Brothers series, but I mean, sure.
I did. Yeah,
Did
it's
you?
fun.
I mean, he has a pretty good presence there too, right? Kirby.
Yeah, and Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty popular character because he can fly everywhere. And it's hard to knock him over the edge.
I don't know. It's like another Kirby game, like years ago. I mean, it almost feels like a fun. It's kind of like one of those games that would be like fun. I mean, you're not a game that you're not gonna like try to super to sit here and be right down.
Yeah.
Guy or Ghost of Tsushima, just something that would be more of a time killer, fun type of game.
Yeah, not so serious.
Yeah.
Speaking of serious.
I mean, I could have played a lot longer, but my girlfriend's actually.
Yeah, I just have the demo, and my youngest loves playing the demo of the new Kirby game.
Yeah. So I think I might
Kirby.
give that a shot. That, and I've also pre-ordered the.
You know what they need is a
Nintendo's-
Bonk's adventure game. Where's Bonk at? What happened to Bonk?
I don't know, but what'd you pre-order?
What'd you pre-order?
Nintendo Switch Sports.
Oh, okay.
To further irritate Ian. Yeah, this will be fun. I mean, be more of an active-ish.
Just another thing you have to get rid of in a few months. Just like, we're done with it.
Well, it doesn't come with a bunch of accessories. Luckily, it's just
Not
like the
really. I
game
mean, it
cartridge.
it look it looks like it comes like with a little strap for your leg, so you can play like the
Oh, does it?
soccer.
Okay.
Well, I mean, so you can play like some of the like I think there's like a soccer game and maybe some like other kicking stuff. But I mean, this kind of harkens back to like Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. I think there's a bowling game in here too, so that'll be kind of fun. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it the whole Wii Sports franchise was a lot more fun in the fact that they were a lot more simplistic. Like I actually bought like a really bowling game and Tiger Woods golf game, and I mean while those are fun, are those are like more technical in a
Yeah.
sense where it's like the Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort golf and bowling are just like very simplistic. It's like you just pick up and go, and it's grab like a bunch of friends,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you're in a party atmosphere. It's very easy to pick up and play and just have a good
Yeah. Not
time.
much
And
skill is
not
required.
yeah, and I mean who like the bowling game, it's like who wants to sit here and select the different type of wood and the type of
Mm-hmm.
polish that you put down? I mean, it's a little too detailed.
We
Yeah.
I
haven't.
mean,
Oh
it's great, but I'm sorry.
no, I'm just. We haven't talked about. We haven't been on the episode. We haven't done an episode in a very long time, and so like, really, in
I mean,
regards to
sorry, I'm not trying to.
but in regards to Nintendo, like Breath of the Wild 2 was delayed. We didn't talk about that, and
Well,
possibly being delayed for the next Switch.
yeah, but they've
The
been saying
rumor.
that for years. They've been saying that for years.
But do you not feel like that's potential?
It's potential every year, but I won't believe it until I see it. How many people actually thought the new Legend of Zelda was going to come out this year anyways? Like everybody
I
knew.
think a
So
lot of people did.
that's not actually news. Like,
I think Breath of the Wild being delayed was kind of a surprise. I think because it's been being worked on since God of War. And God of War is a way more difficult game than fucking Breath of the Wild. So what's Nintendo doing over there?
questioning themselves.
I hope
I
so,
don't know.
because that game's awful. No, just kidding. It's a good game. It's a wonderfully fine game. Wonderfully fine game. I liked it. I gave it an 8. No, I just think like it's kind of crazy that it got delayed. I wonder if it got delayed. I think they wanted it to be Game of the Year like the first one, and I think partially Elden Ring was such a destroyer. I'm really curious if God of War can stack up against Elden Ring. I don't think it can, but the story is gonna have to be really good this time because we already know what the gameplay is gonna be for the most part.
Yeah, I don't doubt the story will be interesting. That's yeah, like the first one, the story just got really interesting characters, and I hope and feel like they are going to carry that forward quite well. Um, there, of course, because they had so much other stuff to work on, camera wise and all that stuff. There was stuff like most games that come out that are new, a lot of stuff gets cut because they couldn't fit in the time to bring it into the game. So, like enemy design and stuff like that, there weren't many enemy types in the original God of War. So I think that's going to be a big part of it. Is a lot of different variety in battles in the game with different creatures and things like that. I think it's really necessary to bring that in. So we'll see about that. I think the story is not going to be skimped on at all.
But I think that's where it has to be strong. I think if it's weak, I think the game loses. I think that's where it needs to be strong. But we'll see.
Yes.
Do we care? I mean, I'm just trying to look through some. We haven't done any news stuff in a very. Do we care about the 2 Kingdom Hearts games that were announced?
Nope.
Nick DeWin,
No,
are you not a Kingdom Hearts guy?
Not so much.
Not so
I mean,
much.
I'm more looking at Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Yeah, someday. I love Borderlands stuff.
I do too. I'm kind of interested in the fact that they're adding more melee options.
What price
But
do we buy Tiny Tina's Wonderland? What price is that? When we all play it together.
whatever price will allow me to play it on my PS4. But should I ever get a PS5,
Oh, the free upgrade.
not yeah. I mean that's because I don't have a PS5.
Yeah.
You're not trying
That's
hard enough, Nick. You're just not trying
yeah,
hard enough.
really I'm not. But I mean that's something that I mean that's I want to make sure that I can, like, if I'm getting some of these newer games, that I can just buy a PS5 and have to transition over for not a whole lot or if any money at all, rather than have to refund the game. Like,
Well, something I did notice on a post that you made is that your niece got a Oculus Quest 2. Was that
oh
a gift from
yes,
you? Who was that gift from?
that was a gift from.
Is Easter Bunny
Sure, we'll go with that and her mother.
and her mother.
Hmm.
And are you? I mean, obviously, I don't know. I mean, that opens up a wide array of things that you guys can do together. It's a very fun console.
I mean, that's hers, so it's not
I
like
know. I
so here
mean,
and
she's not going to share it with you guys.
yeah, probably.
What an
I
asshole!
Uh,
Who gets a VR in the household and then just like lords
It's
over
mine.
it? It's mine.
Well,
The
maybe
Play
I
with the
should meet
family.
her.
It,
The
keep
best thing
talking
about
and nobody
VR,
explodes.
the best thing about VR is sharing VR.
Well, I mean, there was a lengthy debate going on between that and getting the PlayStation VR.
Oh
But
yeah.
I mean, well, I mean, she doesn't have a PlayStation for one. She's got an Xbox One, so it'd have to be tied to mine, or we end up buying her.
No, I think the Quest 2 is a
But
better choice.
Hmm.
Easily.
and I I didn't really have a whole lot of input on the matter, just because
No.
it's just that's
Just fidelity wise and the games they can play. I mean, the PSVR is old. I mean, until the new one comes out, the current one is so old and dated. Like,
Yeah, and
the only
you don't need
the only
hardware.
yeah, you don't need hardware for the Quest. You don't need anything. It just, I mean, if you have a PC, it will play. It will do harder core games on it. But like, you just, yeah, it just you like Jared said, you just plug and play. It just like or don't plug. You just like play. Just do stuff.
I mean, the only reference I had to like either choice was just a friend of mine who
No,
got his PlayStation VR, loved playing Skyrim on.
she can play Beat Saber and all those games that Tetris Effect,
Yeah.
all that cool shit. Hey, when you get a PS5 and PSVR 2 comes out, you can get that for yourself, Nick.
Yeah, spoil
Maybe I
yourself.
will.
Why not?
Yeah, but
Though,
Yeah.
I mean, well, you guys don't have a PC in the house, but I mean, if you did a PSVR, you could do No Man's Sky in PSVR.
Oh,
So.
and it's really really fun in VR. I like it.
yeah, I do see that option.
Hmm.
PS5.
Wouldn't it be cool if
Fantastic.
you could plug the Oculus into the PlayStation and it worked? That'd be dope. Oh, that'll never work.
What
That
I'm
would,
surprised is that you could never plug the Oculus into an Xbox.
Yeah, that seems weird a little bit.
It does seem
A
weird. Yeah.
PC it works, but not an Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like it would be a pretty easy transition to some degree.
And like, who wins there? Everybody but Sony,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that would be the biggest attack they could do on Sony when it comes to
Right?
VR. Yeah. Like we don't even have to make VR. We can just enable it,
We can
dude.
just outsource it to Oculus or Metaverse now, I guess. But anyway,
Meta.
Meta.
Yeah, that was the thing that was kind of weird. You have to log into Facebook just to get
Yeah.
the word.
Yeah, that's the only all your credentials are out there for the world to see.
Though I think I used one recently, and the thing that surprised me the most is they went the way of Xbox with AA batteries in the controllers. It doesn't have like rechargeable batteries or whatever. It's just like, here, keep dumping batteries into these things.
Good.
and yet they didn't sign with Xbox. How weird! Look at that. They think the same,
Yeah,
but they aren't the
exactly.
same.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Jared.
It's like two people who have the same personalities, but they hate each other.
So did you
Yeah.
set it up for her pre or no? You just like kind of she. You know, there's always
Yeah.
those things like before Christmas. Make sure you set up the Switch so when your kids open it, it's ready to go.
Then I have to download the several gig updates and
You guys didn't even bother.
Nope.
No.
No, she had to sit through the update. I had to put on that thing just to sign into the router.
that sounds like you make it sound like very hard work and
Oh my
lots of
goodness!
disappointment and frowny faces.
You'd think that
Oh
they
god,
would just
I'm
like
so
you
tired.
could like plug a USB into one into the other and then you could like just do it on your phone or something, you know? It's like
Mhm.
why do I have to wear it to like sign in everywhere?
Well, that was the thing. It was like she had her phone off to the side where she had to like link it to her Facebook account. And at one point, she was trying to figure out like, do I need a credit card to actually get this thing to work?
Maybe, I don't know.
And she's like, oh wait, here's a skip button. It's like,
Yeah.
thank God for that.
Yeah. I mean, you can go around
Because
download demos without a credit card, I think.
well, no, I mean it was just a whole thing of like either me or Brandy putting her credit card, just going hog wild. I'm gonna get this game. Oh, I'll pay you back. I'll pay you
Mhm.
back. You're
Yeah.
13. You don't even have a job. Are you paying us back?
Paying us back with chores.
At least,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the PSVR would have been a more closed system that you wouldn't have to worry about that with.
Yeah.
But the old PSVR, the first one, I mean, I know Jared and we all liked it back then, but it's been out for a while. It's so dated at this point. Like you wouldn't want to buy the first one new at this point. If you bought it used for like $100, sure. No, Jared's is in his box.
Well, that's how I store it, man.
Oh,
It's
well,
out here in the garage. I don't want it covered in dust.
Anyway, but the new one's comparable or better than the Oculus 2, even though it's not wireless, but it connects to a PlayStation. So, anyway. But I just saw that post. It's like that's cool that you got. Did she play anything? Did she get to play anything? Did you guys watch her play anything, or
I watched her like
just
move around, like set it up. Like she got to set it up.
flirt
to
with
where
boys in the metaverse? Oh, hey,
Yeah.
how's it
it was,
going?
Like,
Totally.
Totally. What games? Obviously, like we mentioned, Beat Saber is a good game.
what?
No, for
I have no
Oculus.
idea what she was even. I have
No, but
idea
like
what she was
if you
playing.
need game recommendations, I'm asking Jared.
Oh, okay.
Super hot.
Super hot.
That's always my number one go-to. Super hot. Just play super hot. You got it.
Well,
So I think
Tetris
it-
Effect.
look,
Tetris Effect. He likes Tetris Effect in VR.
Yeah. Tetris Effect.
Is
in
there
VR is
a-
so good.
Is there a? I mean, I didn't get a chance to really look, but is there already games included with it, or
I don't know if there might be a trial of stuff. I don't know.
okay?
Yeah, I'm uncertain, but a lot of experiences. People like if she's not huge into games or whatever, there's experiences where you can like go in the Titanic and things like that, and see the sinking of the
She likes
Titanic.
games. She likes Fortnite.
She can go to
Okay.
space, and I think there's one where you can go onto the International Space Station, or I think you can actually download because it's on PC. It used to be an Oculus game for PC, is like the Google Earth, where you can just kind of fly around and kind of go wherever you want and look around, cool scenery and stuff like that. That's
Yeah,
really
I wanna
cool to
play
do.
that.
What's the one that
so
Kanata's
find
always talking
that.
about? Does that have to be plugged into a PC?
Lone Echo.
Does that have to be plugged into a PC, or you can play that?
Don't know, but I would assume that you can play it on Quest.
At least the
I don't
first one.
have
I know the
information
first
on
one. The second one you might have to plug into a PC. The first one's old, but it's supposed to be really good.
it. Yeah,
Lone Echo. Check out that. Half-Life you have to plug into a PC, but that's supposed to be good. Anyway, there's a lot of experiences out there. Shark attacks and shark cages and I don't know. I don't know if there's any. She can't play Fortnite in VR, so Skyrim obviously. You know what?
Yeah.
They have Fallout 4 in VR. I didn't even know this. I jumped onto Steam the other day and I was like, Fallout 4 VR. I was like, what? When
Yeah,
did that
that's
come
interesting.
out?
Nobody talked about it.
I think it's a Steam only thing.
Huh.
Because they never mentioned that shit. Anyway. Yeah, maybe you could play Fallout 4 in VR, Nick. You might have to sneak up into a room and steal it and be like, "Oh my god, I'm in my settlement."
Oh, oh wait, so you can actually link that up to Steam?
You can link it to
Yeah.
your computer
You can link it to your computer and
Oh,
play your Steam games on it.
if your computer's powerful
If
enough to
you're-
generate
yeah,
VR.
yeah, exactly.
Because
Yeah.
then it runs off
uh,
the power of your PC is the problem.
yes,
Yeah.
that is definitely a problem.
Yeah.
But if you got a good PC, man, yeah, it works like a regular VR. On anyway.
Dude, that computer is. Let's see, I built it.
Oh,
Is it older than mine?
if you sold all those DVDs behind you, you might be able to get like a cord.
A disc.
A new HDMI cable.
I was gonna say a disc drive. But
Oh boy. Well, I just, it's cool. You have VR. I mean, I hope you get to try it and play it. It's, it's fun. I don't know. Have
Yeah.
you done a bunch of VR, Nick?
no, I have not.
Man,
Yeah, I hope you enjoy
yeah, you
it.
should check it out. Hopefully, she lets you.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. It's just
No, it's fun. It's stupid. Like because the first PSVR was fun and engrossing and but it needs to go further, and I want that next one just to see how much better the fidelity looks and how much less tiring my eyes get, and so I'm really looking forward to the next iteration of the PSVR just because I want that Oculus 2 level of quality, just that kind of better visual fidelity.
yeah, yeah. I mean, even just putting it on just to punch in uh, the password for the router was just,
Whoa.
and even like the sound, it didn't sound like I was wearing headphones, but like it was like
Right there, like
in
yeah.
the room. It was like emanating from the room. And I had to pull it off. Kind of look.
Yeah, hopefully
Yeah,
she lets you use it, man. There's some cool shit for that. Even if you just do the stupid shit like boxing or whatever, it's super cool.
Yeah.
There's some cool climbing games in VR that are pretty wild. You should check out some
Yeah.
of those.
What's the
the
one that they do
boxing.
the thing where you cross over like the tightrope or something, or like the plank, but
Oh.
but then the trick is that they actually make you actually get on a plank.
Wait, is
So,
that
like,
pirate mode? Oh wait, that's
no,
not
not pirate mode, but like
Uh,
the idea is like you're also like kind of on it. Anyway, it's kind of a funny thing to do, I guess.
Yeah, there's plenty of TikTok videos out there where people are jumping through their TV when they fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure
Yeah,
you
so,
have a big
don't do that.
a
Do it
big
outside.
area. Make sure you have a big area. Don't do it. You don't. That's the funny thing about VR. Like, why people are so close to their TV when they're doing it, I don't understand. Like, you don't need to be near it.
Well, now
Nope.
you've got me worried with the boxing game because now I'm wondering if there's going to be a drywall.
I always so
Right.
like in my old setup, I always stood behind the couch, so there was no way I could get to the TV. I always had a frame of reference when I was standing. If I with the couch in front of me, I always knew where I was, so there's no way I would get to the couch. But other people that have giant front rooms and like just an empty vacant space in the middle, it's like that's just like a recipe for disaster.
On the Quest, you actually have to set up what's called a guardian. It's like a border for you, so you can actually see when you're getting close to your established border.
Doesn't it have an outside camera too that flips on?
Yeah,
Yeah, like
Yeah,
black
Yes,
and
it
white
does.
camera. Yeah.
yeah, which is super weird.
Maybe I'll just put
But
it in
it's
the
nice.
backyard to play.
It's like
Yeah,
night goggle assassin mode.
Mhm. yeah.
That's kind of what it looks like.
It's kind of neat, but I didn't expect it. I didn't know that was a thing. But
It's get
that's
a beer,
necessity.
grab a beer can.
Yeah, where's my fridge? Yeah,
Oh, boys.
but it was weird. I tried playing Super Hot while sitting down, and I was actually like way down there. And it doesn't have. At least I didn't see a quick way to reestablish the camera. Like on PlayStation, you just hold the options button and it reestablishes where you were. But with that Oculus Quest that I tried, I actually had to reposition myself. I didn't see that there was an option to reestablish automatically. So that was kind of unnerving.
What?
Starting super hot, like behind something. Like I couldn't even reach the helmet. You're supposed to pull the helmet down. I'd go reach up for it. Pretty far. That was kind of funny.
It says Captain Ron is in our chat.
Yo.
No, it's Ron. Remember Ron? He used to come all the time to He's not in here though. That's weird. It says he's a viewer. Maybe he's like he must be
Lurking.
No, he's probably I don't know. I don't even think he had a thing. Anyway. That's weird. You can look at the viewers that you have in your chat, but then they're not all the same viewers that are actually active in your chat, which is weird. So
Yeah, that's funny.
Works. That's weird. Oh, you still have that cat. It survived.
Yeah, somehow.
Somehow it survived.
Somehow it survives the children.
It hides out with you in the garage where it's safe.
Yeah. Well, he's just begging for more food. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know what other news of. There hasn't been a lot. It hasn't been a crazy news week.
E3
Canceled.
this year again.
Oh, you know what I want to say? I just, I'm really, I'm obviously very critical of all the podcasts and news journalists because I don't, they're all garbage. Like we're the best. Couch Co-op's the best. We're the least informed, best opinions. But no, kind of funny. It was I listened to the most recent podcast of theirs, and I guess I don't guess I know that his puppy passed away, and that's really sad. And it was a hard episode to listen to, and I feel for him. So I, as much as I like give that show a bunch of shit, I still Portillo. Obviously, I listen to it. Obviously.
Yeah, I like their show.
I listened to it with jealousy because, like, man, we could have been that. If only I had given a shit. But I'm busy. I work. I do other things. But no. But his puppy Portillo, his little wiener dog, passed away, and so I just a little love to that show. Condolences. That sucks, and
that's sad.
It's sad. Anyway,
I was.
He did that dog. Yeah, man, that dog was everything to that show. And him and everything. I mean, it was everywhere. Anyway. I mean, as just a casual listener and kind of fan of them, it's just like
dog
sad.
Parent.
Yeah, I mean, a dog anything is tough. So like, you don't want anyone to go through that. So listening to that episode was just tough. Listening to him break down and like it was just like, "Oh my god, I can't listen to this." But no, man, much sympathies and condolences.
But I do want to listen to their latest episode because they talk to one of the Housemarque guys.
Oh yeah,
yeah, about
I don't know what
Returnal.
Awesome.
Like last week's, I think.
Well, that's another thing we got to do, Jared.
Yeah, I know. There's too many damn games, man. I want to play Housemarque. I want to play Returnal with you so bad.
I think once I finally beat the old Elden Ring, then we can do that or something. Because Saints Row is not till what, September?
Yeah,
first week
you got
September.
A bit.
Yeah, I got time. So, but yeah. Anyway, no, Returnal's such a great game. I wish I didn't suck at it.
Well, after Elden Ring, you'll learn a certain art of patience.
Maybe I should go. Maybe after I beat it, I'll go back and just deal with it.
Completely different style of arcadey style action, but you still have to have patience and quick reaction, all at the same time.
I was telling Matt today. I shouldn't. I'm not. No, I'll tell this on our Elden Ring episode.
Yeah,
it's funnier. Yeah, I really want to get back to Returnal. I feel bad for quitting. I mean, I spent 12 hours in it, and I just kind of, because I suck. I don't know. I feel like that game is way more. The controls in that game are way better than Elden Ring.
Oh yeah, it
way more responsive.
70 or 80 hours to get the platinum, and I enjoyed every second of it. Even just grinding for the last couple of trophies were a lot of fun.
I mean, I feel like Elden Ring versus Returnal get good. Those are two different get goods.
Yes.
One's just spend some time grinding and you'll be fine. The other ones literally get good.
Yeah, I mean, you're still there are certain things that make it easier as you upgrade weapons.
I mean, there's still
Of course,
and
yeah,
there's both pattern recognition within the boss fights,
lots of pattern recognition.
but
Yes.
at the same time, it's like I feel like the patterns in Returnal are like dead set. I feel like they can kind of get lazy a little bit, and like you can kind of knock them off their game a bit, and then they'll still do it. Like they're not gonna stop doing what they're doing in Returnal. I feel like you can kind of stagger them. You know, you stagger them in Elden Ring, and they'll like anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I guess we can get out of here. We should do some couch co-ops, couch co-optionals. Yeah,
Oh, do I
couch
have any of those?
co-optionals. You guys must have
Yeah,
something
yeah.
you've eaten or drank, or actually, before we do the couch co-optionals, Jared, what is your final take on the Serengeti wheat beer?
I liked it. I thought it was really good. It's a different take on a wheat beer, and I really appreciated the maltiness of it. I thought it was really smooth and really easy to drink. I could actually see tipping back like a whole 6 pack of that in really unfortunate short amount of time.
Right.
But I don't know how much alcohol was in it. But I don't think it can't be that
5.1.
heavy.
It's a 5-1.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, it's it's more than like a Widmer. So I think I could easily drink a lot of those and not regret it one bit.
What would you in your kind of what would you give your thumb?
It would be a thumbs up. Yeah, I
Okay.
like that a lot.
All
Yeah.
right. And this is totally stupid, but like because we're on a video game podcast, aside from Nick, I just want to know what video game you would pair this with. I know this you're on I know you're on the cuff. I'm just seeing if you would like if you're going to pick the same one Nick did.
You know my answer.
Do I?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's your favorite game,
Is it? What?
The Last of Us.
Oh my god. Oh, the giraffe scene.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's your rap scene in The Last
that
of Us.
makes
Dude,
more
come on.
sense. Oh, that makes more sense. I totally you know what? I totally spaced that when we were doing the episode before because that's not what Nick picked. Anyway,
What'd you pick?
no, you have to listen to the episode.
In like 6 months.
6 months. 6 months it is.
Oh,
He picked Lion King.
Okay, fun.
Alright.
Yeah. Super Nintendo
after
or
being
Genesis?
browbeat,
Anyway,
Genesis.
Okay.
but yeah, okay. Anyway, couch co-optionals. Eat, drank, watched, read, viewed, listened.
Recycle.
Is that so? Nick, what?
Jeez.
Nick, go ahead. Nick, what is yours?
Green disc. This is my God, I think this is my plug for trying to be green and recycle a bunch of shit you don't need. Like CD, DVD cases. They also recycle piece of shit.
VHS.
VHS tapes, man.
Yeah,
We still have
VHS.
some of those under our bed.
Are you getting rid of that
Yes,
one
I
though?
do.
You're not recycling that one though, are you?
No, I want to see if I can actually get it.
Sell Ferris Bueller's Day
actually-
Off.
Do you need a
Let's go.
VCR? You got one?
Well, I have a VCR.
All right.
So I think
Wow.
I'm gonna watch it. I mean, I'm just keeping the VCR for like
Emergencies. Yeah.
I have emergencies too. But I mean, it's like, I mean, a lot of those movies. I mean, you can get them on any streaming service.
So what is
For
actually
free,
Green Disc? Is the actual service?
Yeah. Yeah, Green Disc. I think they're based, if not Seattle, probably one of the first.
Yeah, interesting.
Like, I've got like a
Pitch in for a better
bunch of-
tomorrow. Oh, geez.
Look
a
at all
bunch
the
of old discs.
pornography.
Yeah, all like a bunch of like non-rewritable discs.
No, so do
Yeah.
you drop that off somewhere here in Portland, or
Um,
do you
no,
ship it?
so it's ship it. It's not supposed to exceed 50 pounds. You get like a little shipping thing here. Drop it off at the post office. Gets sent up, and hopefully it gets recycled like the way it's supposed to be.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
Just
So-
are you just doing one box for the first just to try it?
Yeah, just one box. So like I was telling you earlier when we weren't broadcasting, I've had a couple of thefts in my life where I had bunch of CD jewel cases, but all the CDs were in a Case Logic thing, and it was left in a vehicle, and so they made off with the Case Logic with all the discs. And so I'm just sitting here with a bunch of
Empty CD cases.
em- empty discs, yeah, empty CD cases in an empty hole in my house.
Yeah. I've had at least one of those.
Well, Subarus, like, as people want to break into a Subaru, let me tell you.
Well, actually, it was first it was a Ford Ranger, and then the other one was a Suzuki 7 that I just left unlocked.
See,
Like Ford Ranger.
no one wants to break into a Subaru.
No, of course not.
I had a Ford Ranger broken into as well.
Yeah, they just took a butter knife and just popped the back window open.
Yeah, no, they shattered my window.
They just broke it. They gave up.
they
They couldn't do it. They couldn't do
it.
the butter trick. They didn't have YouTube back then.
Yeah.
Well, this was in '99, so YouTube wasn't a thing. Well,
Yeah, it was like 2001, 2002.
All right. Well, Green Disc, keeping our world pure and clean. Way to go, Nick.
I try. Of course.
All right, Jared.
Well,
what do you got? You have anything you want to?
Well, I'm currently reading the first of the Discworld books from Terry Pratchett called The Color of Magic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm digging that. I borrowed it from the local library as an ebook on my Kindle.
Awesome.
To use that if anybody has, well, even just a phone. If you like reading on your phone, just get the Libby app and get your library card. You can log in and borrow ebooks.
Cool.
It's very convenient. Same. That's how I did all my audiobooks back in the day. Libby is just another sect of Overdrive, which is another app you can use. So either one of those will work with your library. I'd recommend it.
Awesome. Sounds good. I'm going to recommend a show on Apple Plus. It's called Slow Horses. It stars Gary Oldman. It's and it's an ensemble cast. There's a bunch of people in it, but Gary Oldman is the kind of main star. It's kind of an MI5 losers team, and they're trying to sleuth out a problem. But it's 4 episodes so far. I think it goes to 6 or 8. I don't know. I'm like halfway through. Not all of them are out yet, but I'm really invested into it. I really dig it, and so Apple TV Plus, Slow Horses, Gary Oldman. I mean, Gary Oldman just fucking farting and being naughty, being a dick is it's awesome. It's funny. I enjoy it. So Slow Horses, check that out. Yes, Couch Co-op. That's another episode. We finally did an episode, boys and girls.
Yay!
And then Jared and I, we need to schedule our Elden Ring chat.
Yes, we do.
Because I feel like I want to get you talking about it before you beat it. Because I think you're getting close. I'm getting close. I think we're both getting close.
I'll probably have it within a couple weeks.
And Justin Daniels beat it. So I want to do a final wrap-up episode of all of us, like the 3 of us talking after we've beaten it. So I want to talk before you beat it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know where or what the last boss is, or even how to get to it. I think.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's
so
good. That's fine.
I could probably go do it right now, but
exactly.
I have other bosses.
I think I'm there too. But I've also been going back and like completing other quests and just like running through some shit that I didn't do before. So I've found that also very rewarding. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Yes. So everybody, I want to thank all our listeners for listening to us. It reminds you that you can leave feedback on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Couch Co-op Shows. At Couch Co-op Shows, all one word, no hyphen. So that means all the words are together. At Couch Co-op Shows. And remember to subscribe and share, Our podcast is on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon Music, Stitcher, everything. You can find us everywhere. We're like big, but not big. Like we have a lot of your listeners, but we don't. We're like, I mentioned kind of funny. Those guys are huge. We are definitely in the shadow of that podcast, but we have our own giant listener base. So And I guess if it was if couch co-op was my day job, I'd spend a lot more time making it more successful. But I don't, because I have an Emmy and I do other things. Hey, kind of funny. Do you guys have an Emmy? You do not. Suck it. All right. Anyway, I hope someone just clips that thing and sends it to them. And anyway, I want to thank Jared and Nick for joining me here on the couch tonight. Just us boys.
Anytime.
Kind of bullshitting about
Almost
video games.
anytime.
Almost
Well,
anytime.
that's something to talk
Almost
about.
anytime.
Jared was kind of on the couch co-hop tonight, but not really. I mean, he drank the beer and he gave his opinion, but it's like
But this episode will come out before that episode.
Isn't
so,
that weird? That's weird. That is really weird. Hey, that's crazy.
Beer foreshadowing.
Beer foreshadowing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you guys for being on the show. For Couch Co-op, I'm Ian, reminding you to please be excellent to each other.
Couch Co-op.
All right. Bye.
Couch Co-op.
Yeah.